So our next move is a myofascial move under the scapula. You'll see some of your horses will walk around, they'll be resistant to this. You can have a handler hold a carrot under their nose. You are not going to get into this pocket until the horse is calm and relaxed and is willing to put their head down. You might be circling around a little bit. I'm going to show you the shape of my hand after we do this, see how he's licking and chewing and releasing. So my arm is straight, my elbow's kind of straight. I'm pushing on the splenius muscle. Good boy. I'm encouraging his head down with pressure. You don't want to be squeezing on the nose, just pressure on the halter. You really want to go in there all the way up to your wrist. Can you see how deep my wrist is in there? Good boy. Okay. My whole hand is behind the scapula. Okay. So when you're going to go in here, make sure you take enough skin to go in and around behind. If your horse is tense, I'll have them walk just a tight circle around me. Sometimes they need to move the neck and shoulder. Most of the horses are going to be really tight under there. I talk about in my little half-day seminars I do conformation versus posture. What is your horse presenting? Conformation is what they're born with. Posture is what they're presenting when muscles are too tight and the neck looks short. You'll see horses with a short neck and a long body. All it is these muscles have shortened. They're avoiding the bit because the atlas and axis isn't where it should be, and the neck starts to shrink down into the shoulder, and then they become heavy on the front end. So when you're going to do this, take your time. It's not going to happen in 2 minutes. It is not a downward stabbing motion. My fingers are going to be slightly curved like this. I'm pushing on this muscle. As I push on this muscle, this pocket is going to open up and allow me. So I'm separating neck and shoulder muscles. A neck has been using neck muscles to pick up shoulder to bring it through. You're separating all this out and down so the neck can come out and the shoulders can move freely. So you saw how deep that pocket was. Take your time with it. It might be 5 minutes. A handler could hold a treat down here. And if the horse was to come in here, it would be a lot easier for you. You don't want to do this every day because it can be a little bit bruising, but you should be able to work on that. Even after a 50-mile endurance ride, I could still get my whole hand into that pocket on this horse because he was using his body correctly. Remember, anything that we're doing when we're releasing things, it's both sides of the body. The only time you're not going to be doing that is when it comes down to withers, first rib, fetlocks, and elbows. Okay. So we went all the way down his neck. I'm going to bring in enough skin to be able to go down and around. I'm going to encourage head down. See where my hand's going? No. See where my hand's going? Deep, deep, deep in his neck? All the way down. So actually the back of your fingers are down by the 7th neck bone, and the front is actually down by the first rib and the back of the shoulder. You should actually feel a roundness on the back of the scapula. This should be an easy move for the horse. If they're very tight, do a lot of carrot stretches. Start to release those muscles. That's a horse that's been like this on the front end, trying to pick it up. Okay? Now we're going to go on to withers and ribs.